Hello, hello. Welcome to the journal. Day 17. Doing pretty good, but definitely feeling the effects of a wall right now. I think it's expected, like I said, once you cross that 2 week mark, I think things do get difficult. But gotta persevere with it. What I've been finding difficult today, especially, has been trying to figure out which direction to go. So for the past few days, I was very much focused on editing that video, and that kept me busy. But that's done now, and it's just waiting on some other things to wrap up before I can publish it. So now that the video is done, I'm not really sure what to do while I'm waiting for those things to wrap up. So I thought, okay, I did have an idea about writing, but writing just, I fucking hate it. The thought of writing an article and doing research for it, it really just sounds so tedious. I much prefer the audio visual route. But this is the thing, there's just so many ideas that I have right now, so many subjects that are interesting that I'd like to explore, cryptocurrencies, blockchain technology, psychedelics, meditation, self-improvement, fitness, all sorts of stuff. But unfortunately, our society does not favor generalists very much, and we tend to favor or place a higher value on specialist knowledge. And that makes sense because if I want to learn about mindfulness, I would rather listen to a mindfulness expert rather than someone that dabbles in it with other things. But I guess the key thing then is to discover, because I can't change who I am, and who I am is a generalist. And if I try to focus on just one subject, I will end up just getting very bored. And when you're not interested in the subject and you're bored by it, you're not going to produce work that you care about, that you're passionate about. So with that in mind, I need to try to think about how I can turn this, I guess, weakness into a strength. Because what a generalist can do is that he or she can string together concepts from different disciplines and tie it up together into a coherent philosophy or worldview or theory about how a system might work. So that's an interesting angle, right? But that takes a lot of work, and the thing that makes it difficult is how do you brand yourself or brand your content in that way? Because again, the YouTube and search algorithms and basically every online algorithm that is focused on crawling through content is going to, be searching. So if you have a crypto channel, you're not going to call yourself Martin, right? That's just the man's name. It doesn't make any sense. You'd name it something that people would be able to identify. They'd be able to look at your name and say, okay, I know what this person is going to be talking about. So again, the generalist struggles with that branding element, right? So those are the challenges right now. So today I did some research and I was exploring, and I created a Medium page and I was thinking about articles to write. I checked some Google Trends data, but it was all I don't think it was very productive, 45 minutes, but I'm new to this. I don't know how to, when you're trying to create something that doesn't exist from scratch, things are a lot harder. And I don't know how to do it because I've never done it before. So I guess that's part of the process, right? It's part of figuring it out. So what I need to do, I guess, like you would when you're staring at a blank canvas, when you don't know what to paint, is you sit down and I guess you can just paint, right? I don't know how painters paint, but I think what I need to do is just get those ideas all on a piece of paper and just see how I feel. I think it's very important that I follow my gut here because there is no right or wrong answer. Nobody can tell me what to do. My brain can't tell me what to do, because, you know, you wake up the morning feeling one way, you go to bed feeling another way. 2 weeks later, you might feel completely different. You know, sometimes 1 week you might be into fitness, the next week you might be done with fitness and you're into the new fad and so on. And I'm very faddy as a person. So your brain obviously can't be relied upon. So what you need to rely on is your heart, which is also what people call your gut feeling, right? And your gut feeling is the sum of all your experiences leading up to this point in your life when you're feeling those feelings. It's sort of like it's a biological tool that we have, that when you recognize that you don't actually need to make those decisions, your brain and your subconscious mind already knows what the answer should be. But to really know what the answer is, you've got to just pay attention to your feelings. And if you really just quiet things down and really pay attention and are mindful of those sensations, you can feel what's right. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write down all my ideas and then just meditate and try to listen to my gut and trust it as well, because it's very well feeling it, but trusting it is a completely different thing to do, right? So yeah, helpful to talk to you, because coming into this, I had no script and I didn't really know what to talk about. But the advantage of having this video daily journal project here is that it's an opportunity for me to develop my thoughts, and it's very good at doing that, because, like I've said previously, there is a move to stage process of curating here, where, you know, I'm thinking when I'm in my focus time, I'm thinking about what it is that I need to do and so on. And if I just went to bed today without doing this video journal, the next day would be very different, and the next day and the next day and the next day. So by doing this every day, I'm able to consolidate that knowledge just before I go to bed and sleep on that. And we know that when you go to sleep, that's when you do a lot of your learning. That's when your synapses are coming together and making those linkages. And again, I think recognizing the biological limitations that we have is also important, right? We can't become experts overnight. We can't learn new things overnight. Things take time. So right now I'm terrible at creating. I'm terrible at writing and video editing and even talking to this camera. But those things take time, and I'm bad at them because there is a biological limitation to the system of learning that our brain has. And there's no way around that with current technology, obviously. But so again, patience and persistence is key. And the whole point of this 1 minute a day extra everyday project is to develop a work ethic, which is also, you know, a habit, but ultimately it's about doing something consistently. And what I'm doing consistently here is developing a work ethic, but also developing myself, because, you know, this is a path that I don't know where it's going to take me. And it's not a path that's been traveled by anyone before, because no one has been in my situation like I am now. Only I can be there. However, many people have been in a path where you don't do this, where you just do your wage slave job, and that's what you do. And you see your girlfriend, and you watch movies, and you watch TV shows, and you read other people's work, and you watch other people's things, and you have some friends, and you go for drinks. But ultimately, you are just part of the audience. You're just observing. You're not really living. You're on a path that a lot of people are on. When you try to create something that's unique to you, that is your own path, and it is hard, it's the unknown, but it is also very exciting. So yeah, hard work, but I'm sure looking back 2 years from now, I will be very glad that I embarked on this journey. So I am, you're welcome, future Vic. I think you'd be pleased to know that you were consistent and you embarked on this project. And that's another thing to think about, right? How often do we wish that we had started a year or two before, or 3 years before, until 20 years have passed and it's now too late? I'm just at that edge, age-wise, where, late 20s, when I can any later and that ship will have sailed. So this is my last chance and I don't want to give it up, which is why I'm very serious about this consistent method that I'm applying here. So I rambled, but yeah, I don't give a fuck. It's for my benefit mainly, and if you find it interesting, then good for you too. I'm sure my ideas will be developing more over time, and hopefully I will sound ever more wise with each passing day, right? So the content will improve for you too, hopefully. All right, so that's it. Tomorrow is Thursday. Friday is bank holiday. I'm here in the UK. So we've got Friday off, and then we've got Monday off as well. So got a nice long weekend coming. But tomorrow, busy day at work. But doesn't matter, because all of those days I'm going to be here. So have a good one. Lovely chatting, and take care.